Hey there. So hopefully this makes uploading these videos a little bit easier, since the last one the other day was absurdly ridiculous and took me hours to upload. I'm sitting in my school parking lot. Shout out to whoever they are. Because this is life. I was abruptly woken up this morning because of a situation that I could not handle in that moment, or really at all. Was kind of out of my hands and was my fault. Which I understand the concerns as to why. It just led to another situation that got out of control. Like, not even 10 o'clock in the morning, I can't control a situation that has to do with an expired credit card on a book rental account. So, not to make light of the situation or mock it on my YouTube channel, because I don't expect this channel to be of anything besides me trying to convey my thoughts, because I can't seem to talk to anybody without them getting ridiculous or using things I say against me at a later date. But that's what this video is about. It's incredibly exhausting to have to sit there and teach people how to be a decent communicator. Child, in the sense of an individual, child of an individual, so I'm your son, or not, I don't need people to belittle me all the time. I don't care if they think it's funny. Right now I'm going through a very sensitive time in my life. My emotions are heightened. I don't think things are funny that come at my own expense. I have enough of a struggle feeling like the world is out to get me and beat me down. I have a law school that is doing anything they can to try and kick people out. I have bar passage rates which are plummeting, that I'm struggling because I'm not a good test taker, so I know that that's a huge thing. And I'm trying to get things in order for in 2 months from now, when I go through the biggest stress of my life, of the bar exam. Lately, I'm having physical problems because of my stress. I'm having stomach problems. I don't know if they're ulcers. I don't know if it's colitis. I don't know if it's just IBS. But it's literally tearing me apart. I can't get stressed out on the levels that people, a small situation in the big picture of everything, there's nothing somebody can do about right now, right this very second, just become this life altering, the world's gonna end situation. And I can see it from other perspectives. I think I've mentioned in other videos of mine that that's how I work. I try to put myself in somebody else's shoes and say, hey, let's see why this is such a big deal. But nobody's doing that for me. And that sounds very pity me, I'm the victim. And I don't mean it that way. I just mean it as that's why I'm having a hard time communicating with people. Because I can see from at least what I'm able to various perspectives, but nobody's thinking about how, okay, maybe I forgot to return a book because I was going through a breakup of somebody I had lived with and had been with for 2 years, after a breakup of 5 years with a different person. This 2-year one was, I guess, I don't want to say a rebound because I loved the person, but I just didn't feel like it was going to be a forever thing. At a certain point, I acknowledged that. But I still had a lot of emotions and stuff to deal with. And I'm still a law student, and I had started hormones and gone through 2 surgeries in the meantime, which I don't say as I know in a former video I mentioned the weight gain from the surgeries. I just mean the emotional toll that it takes to come into a body that's foreign and have emotions that are foreign. And my relationships with people now are nothing like they used to be, and I can see how that is me. I'm the one that's changed, but so have other people. Just because I'm transitioning doesn't mean that other people aren't in different places than they were 6 months ago, mentally, politically, physically, whatever. People grow and change. That's the whole point of this life. That is the beautiful thing about the world. And it seems like the people I'm closest to lately, like my parents, are very black and white when it comes to what's right, what's wrong, how I see it, how you don't. If there's a disagreement in a conversation, it's always there's one person who's right and one person who's wrong. Not we can come to a mutual agreement that we're not able to communicate and convey how we're feeling or whatever the issue at hand is. So like a situation like this, neither one of us are wrong. Neither one of us did anything wrong. A credit card expired. A book went to collection. Yeah, it sucks to have that on credit. I'd rather it be on my credit. I'd rather it be on my account. But unfortunately, we had, because of my name change and the craziness, 3 different book rental agreements, 3 different names, 3 different phone numbers, 3 different credit cards. And when I go in and try and be on top of this stuff, I didn't guess the right combo that day. So I don't get the emails because it's not my email account associated with it. And I can't apologize for that. I can't police everybody else and make sure, hey, did you get an email for this every 5 minutes? And then when I do stuff like that, the same people then get frustrated at me for doing that and say, I have no reason to stress about these things, and I make this all up in my head. And then when I don't do these things, I'm still wrong. And I get something like, a ding to a credit score sucks. I do. I've been working on my credit since I opened up a credit card a year and a half ago. And it's like the smallest little thing can make you drop crazy points, credit score wise, and whatever. And it's annoying and it sucks, but that's society. Everything is to try and milk a dollar out of the people who don't have it, as cynical as that sounds. And in the grand scheme of things with where I'm at in my life right now, this is not something I can give this emotional investment to. I have like a battery pack, and the average person's fully charged or whatever, maybe a little under because life is stressful. I'm like, not, my battery needed to be changed like 4 months ago, and now it's got like battery acid flowing all over whatever object that we're metaphorically speaking of. I'm just tired. My soul is tired. I'm physically tired. You can see it in my eyes. I might look like I'm coming across with an attitude. I'm not. These are just my eyes. I'm tired. I didn't get to go to bed last night until 2 a.m. My anxiety kept me up. I was falling asleep while my girlfriend was over. She left. I got situated for bed, was half asleep for an hour, and then I was pinged awake until, like 2 a.m. basically. So when it was almost 10, and it seemed to my parents who wake up, my mom wakes up at like 5, that is late. And I get that. That's like afternoon for her. But for me, it's not. I'm going through puberty. I need extra sleep. They say when 14-year-old boys are going through puberty that they should sleep like 10 hours a day. I wake up at 6 a.m. for school. I often don't get home until 5. I have lately been helping my mom out in the barn, so I don't go inside until like 6:30, help with dinner and like shoot the shit for a couple minutes. That puts me at like 7:30 to 8:30 at night. And then I have 4 classes worth of homework to do. Still. After I take a shower at 9 o'clock at night. And then try to get that done enough to be prepared for class and understand it, but also not drive myself crazy and make sure I get enough sleep. Going through puberty, I cannot compromise sleep anymore. I've done it. It makes my emotions even crazier. It just makes everything messed up. And it's hard when I can't convey this to people without them using it against me. So we had a conversation. My parents were very upset because they thought this